I'd like to start this talk with a number that should terrify every leader in this room. $10 trillion. According to Gallup, that is the amount of economic value vaporized every single year by employee disengagement. It's the largest heist in human history, and it's happening inside your own buildings. When leaders see that number, the first instinct is to blame the workforce. They say people don't want to work anymore. They say loyalty is dead. They treat disengagement as a character flaw of the modern employee. They're wrong. To understand why they're wrong, we have to go back to 1986, to a man named W. Edwards Deming. Deming was the father of modern quality management, and he gave us a formulation that every leader needs to memorize. 94% of all organizational failures are failures of the system, not the individual. Read that again. 94%. If Deming is right, then the overwhelming majority of the disengaged employees you spend your career managing are not people problems. They're system problems wearing people's faces. Deming gave us another formulation. He said, a bad system will beat a good person every time. But that's really only the tip of the iceberg. The bad system does not beat the good person once. It beats them continuously until their will to try is evaporated. The first time a bad system beats a good person, the result is frustration. The person still believes the system can be changed. They raise the issue, then they try it again. Frustration is not disengagement. It is the evidence of someone who still cares. The second time, and the third time, and the fifth, the result is adaptation. The person stops raising the issue. They learn to work around the system. They stop volunteering for the hard problems. The 50th time, the 100th time, the result is what I call the zombie state. Not for frustration, not adaptation, a hardened conclusion. Effort is not rewarded here, and the rational response is to stop offering it. The person has not become lazy. They have become rational. They've drawn the only conclusion the evidence supports. The system produces the failure. The misdiagnosis produces the zombie. Let me tell you what this looks like in real practice. Early in my career, I was hired as a developer consultant to build a custom data entry application. It was a significant undertaking, a project that took several years to complete. One day I found a critical defect in the database. I found it during testing, which is exactly when you're supposed to find defects. I fixed it immediately. The next day, I was called into the IT manager's office and chastised for not following proper change management protocols. I was removed from the client engagement. Eventually, I was fired. I was not fired because I was wrong. I was fired because the organization's need to control the process outweighed the outcome the process was meant to produce. When a system failure is misattributed to an individual, when initiative is punished, every person who witnesses it receives a vote. That vote says effort is not protected here. The engagement of the witnesses drops. Their trust drops. And they didn't even experience the failure directly. This is why Deming's 94% is not merely a quality management statistic. It is an engagement prediction. Every time a system failure is misattributed to an individual, the organization is manufacturing distrust at scale. The zombie factory is not built by malicious intent. It's built by the accumulated weight of misdiagnosis, each one small enough to seem reasonable, together large enough to hollow out an organization. This brings us back to the $10 trillion. We're losing that money because we are applying industrial age management practices to information age work. In the industrial age, the work was physical and the worker was interchangeable. If the output dropped, you blamed the worker. In the information age, the work is cognitive. The worker is irreplaceable. But we're still using the same management playbook. We measure keystrokes. We demand status reports. We build approval chains that require 3 signatures for a decision the frontline person could make better and faster alone. We're running a 1910 operation in a 2026 economy. And now we're deploying AI into this broken system. If you deploy AI into a command and control zombie factory, you're not going to get a better system. You will get a faster, bad system. You're going to automate the obstruction. The $10 trillion heist is not an inevitability. It's a choice. Inside almost every employee is a dominant high performer waiting for an environment where it is safe to carry it. But you cannot mandate engagement. You can't buy it with a bonus. You have to build the environment that creates it. Stop blaming the people. Fix the system. Raise the dead. Thank you.